This presentation will support you to help pupils move from co-regulation to self-regulation. In order for anyone to learn anything, first it must be modelled to them. If we ourselves understand what we require from a pupil, we are more likely to be able to support them through understanding and managing them with care, communication and proactive strategies, resulting in a confident and independent student. Through co-regulation, we will begin to see a pupil move towards independence with self-regulation skills embedded in their learning, social and emotional aspects of their lives. This presentation is designed for you to take away an understanding of the impact of co-regulation and self-regulation on pupils' academic, social and behavioural development. This presentation will guide you to identify simple strategies and manageable models to support the holistic growth of students and to apply those strategies and empower your pupils in moving from co-regulation towards self-regulation. Cartman, Bomber and Kuipers. Here we'll take a look at the academic models found in 3 books to support your development as a teaching assistant. A Game, Free Life by Stephen Cartman, Know Me to Teach Me by Louise Bomber, and The Zones of Regulation by Leah Kuipers. The theory and best practice in these books is rooted in both child and adult development. As schools move towards creating inclusive and trauma-aware environments, Cartman, Bomber and Kuipers focus on the importance of connection with children and young people, while understanding the impact of unresolved trauma as a barrier to learning. Unresolved trauma can manifest in a person acting outwards and therefore becoming challenging, or acting inwards and therefore becoming withdrawn. Pupils with unresolved trauma can be triggered by particular situations or sensory environments, and this can be unpredictable for teaching assistants. Self-regulation. So what is self-regulation? The Child Adolescent Mental Health Services defines self-regulation as the ability to manage emotions so that they don't override logical thought. Self-regulation requires communication between the parts of our brain that deal with emotion and those that deal with thinking. You might find it helpful to think of the brain as 2 parts, an upstairs, the prefrontal cortex, and a downstairs, the amygdala. The upstairs deals with reasoning, problem-solving, impulse control, and perseverance, while the downstairs deals with the emotional processes, in particular strong emotions such as fear and pleasure. When we are born, from the first cry, we require our needs to be met immediately. Then we become more independent as we get older. But if we're not shown how to do this, we fall back to what is known as our learned behaviours, which can be either inward or outward. This is often what we are observing in a child's challenging behaviour, needs not being met, resulting in outward or inward learned behaviours. So when the amygdala of a pupil, the downstairs, overrides the prefrontal cortex, the upstairs, we might see meltdowns, arguing and other unwanted behaviours. Co-regulation. For us as teaching assistants, to support pupils in managing their emotions and not allowing the emotional parts of the brain to overcome logical thought, we require co-regulation. But what is it? The most widely accepted definition of co-regulation is the warm and responsive interactions that provide the support, coaching and modelling that children and young people need to understand, express and modulate their thoughts, feelings and behaviours. It is vital as co-regulators to demonstrate care, communication skills and to be actively available in order to help pupils to become more resilient. The seed and the 3 S's. One model that will help us with co-regulation is known as the seed, the social, emotional, educational development of the pupil. This is more than just a helpful acronym. A seed is the embryonic plant enclosed in a protective outer covering and works very well as a metaphor to help us with co-regulation. The outer covering is you, the teaching assistant, the co-regulator. The seed is the embryonic plant, the pupil. We are the protective outer coverings that support growth within the social, emotional, and educational development of the pupil. We model positive social behaviour, emotional co-regulation, and social awareness in order for young people to blossom to the best of their abilities. So how can we model the seed? Firstly, by a child understanding self-regulation, they must first become aware of situational behaviour. Self-regulation is about understanding how behaviours and emotions vary in different environments. For example, the energy we use on a basketball court is not the same as the energy we require in, say, a restaurant or a classroom. The pupil must first know how, when, and where to behave in a certain way, and we support this by modelling, by our tone of voice, non-verbal messaging, listening skills, body language, movement, feedback, sense of humour, technical skills, and the clarity of language that we use. The 3S structure: strengths, struggles, strategies. And this is a great assessment tool that can help us to empathise and unpick the reasons behind unwanted behaviours. Easing the transition from co-regulation to self-regulation. When supporting a pupil's behaviour, we must try to understand the reasons for the behaviour and the feelings and emotions being experienced by the pupil. The Cartman triangle can help us to do this, which looks at thought, feeling, and behaviour. Thought. What were you thinking and when? Feeling. What were you feeling and when? Behaviour. Do you think the way you're behaving is because of your thoughts and feelings? By doing this exercise with a pupil, it enables them to understand where their behaviour comes from, so that when they have a negative thought, they have the ability to self-regulate and to change the thought. We can support a pupil to change the way they think about themselves, how they think about academic work, and how they think about friendships and relationships. For example, if a child states, "I'm not good at this," we could ask the question, "Well, what do you think is missing here to help you?" This helps to model self-regulation to the pupil and to look for solutions. Other examples of modelling self-regulation when faced with a pupil lacking confidence or wanting to give up are, let's ask for help. This might take some time or a different type of effort. I can always improve, so I'll always keep trying. Or I'll use some other strategies that I've learned. The pulse test. Whenever we interact with children and young people in school, it's important to convey our feelings for wanting to support them. A great strategy to help with this is known as the pulse test. There are a few occasions outside the classroom where you have the opportunity to interact with pupils. At the classroom door, at the school gate, or lining up for assembly. On these occasions, we should take the pulse test. P is for presence. Check in and sense how they're feeling. U is for unite. Are the pupils collectively ready to work? And if not, why not? Make sure the pupils are coming in ready for learning. L is for listen. Are the pupils listening? If not, why not? Quickly find a solution together. For example, if you're ready, turn ears up and mouths down. S is for smile. We can forget the power of smiling, and it's a knock-on effect, and it's extremely important. E is for environment, the zones of the classroom, the sensory needs, and the equipment. Are they right for the pupil? Praise. Co-regulation requires praise. If children are praised for effort rather than ability, they're more likely to consistently try across all subjects, not just those they are more successful at. Plus, it's said that modelling praise has a ripple effect for fostering a community of learning within a school. Praise can be very effective for pupils' development when done right. Try using the 3 Ps. Personable. For example, you may say, "You're more helpful than you realise. Thank you." Purposeful. For example, you may say, "I really like how you added visuals to your presentation. Well done." Productive. Be sincere and specific. You might say, "I like the way you gave specific examples of how you tried to get the result." Remember, what we think and how we feel are inseparably related and inform each other, impacting the choices we all make. I hope we've added to your toolbox of strategies in supporting children and young people. You can take these methods away and translate them within your school and support your pupils in their journey towards self-regulation.